summer, I think we were just happy if we got another extension for a year, because we kept waiting for authorization. It was taking much longer than normal. We had applied for permanent authorization in June of 2023, 14 months ago, and it was going through the process, and we kept waiting, nothing was happening, and we had the start date coming up, and we were worried, what are we going to do? Are we going to get at least a 1-year extension, or are we going to be refused? We didn't know. So we were starting to make contingency plans for our students.
John, let's talk about the program itself here. The auxiliary nursing program here. Tell me about the type of students that they go through. John, in following this story, I caught the sense that there was a bit of frustration, knowing how the Quebec government likes to talk a good game, and the health district, with all of its health reforms, Santé Quebec, there's such a talk about, hey, we're going to, get the employees that we need, and we're training the nurses and the auxiliary nurses of the future, and then there were just delays in making this program permanent. Did you have that frustration? Did the people around you running this program have that sense of frustration over the years?
Well, when we look back over 16 years, we cover many governments, and we think we had a very strong case for permanent authorization. Yes, we were frustrated. We kept getting recruiting. We filled our classes. We placed all our graduates, and yet we still just were scrambling to get authorization, often late. So it was frustrating. We didn't know exactly what was happening. There's a second good story to this, and that's we had tremendous community support for the program. We canvassed all our municipalities and got letters of support. The regional health board was 100% behind this with all kinds of support. And our local MNAs, MNAs that cover our board territory, three of them were strong supporters of the board and really making that.
About the wheelchair racer from Dorval who struck gold in Paris. With the latest from the CJAD 800 Traffic Center, here is Debbie Marcellos.
Well, it looks like still 2 lanes are available on the Illitour Bridge and from Vaudreuil on the eastbound Trans-Canada, so it moves well, but the westbound side backs up before Les Anciens Combattants as you merge into 1 lane toward Vaudreuil. On the eastbound TCAN, it slows at Côte-de-Liesse, heavy through to Stinson. On northbound to Carrie, it slows from Côte St. Catherine up to the top, and the Met westbound, heavy from Viau to Saint-Michel, and then from Lacadie into Décarie. Now until Wednesday, visit Farmer Prix for the bonus redemption event and get more for your points. Restrictions apply. Offer valid in-store and online. Traffic and transit every 15 minutes on CJAD 800. Your next report at 10:45.
Your Dormez-vous Weather Center forecast. A mix of sun and cloud today, a high of 26 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 17. Tomorrow, showers beginning near noon, a high of 23. In Montreal right now, 21 degrees. Your next CTV News update is at 11 o'clock.
Join the conversation anytime between now and noon. The Elias Macco Show on CJAD 800.
Mayor Valerie Plante has a message for the Quebec government. She wants more photo radar in the city, a lot more. 300 photo radars to make city streets safer, particularly around schools.
Yeah.
We're going to get the view from the city. We're going to speak to Sophie Mazerolle about it next.
Radio today is iHeartRadio. The latest breaking news, inside commentary, and number 1 podcast. All free, all in one spot. With iHeartRadio, the news comes with you.
supply. Call Renopco, winner of Consumer's Choice Award, and West Island Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Business category. Renopco.com, 504-856-9993. Norton's September winter tire sale is on now. Reserve your new winter tires and book your installation appointment now and save big. For gas and electric cars, they have the right tires for you. Gordon's Tires. Visit Gordon'sTires.com. Read product label and follow directions. Is thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow by New Nordic. Millions of men and women around the world trust Hair Grow. With its patented trial complex, Hair Grow is clinically proven to promote new hair growth and increase hair count in as little as 4 months. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available at Pharmaprix, Jean Coutu, Provigo, and Metro, or online at Amazon and newnordic.ca.
It's the Hilo Mega Promo. Enjoy 50% off everything.
What you got there?
Mega phone? For the Mega Promo?
You don't need that. 50% off speaks for itself.
Hurry up. The Hilo Mega Promo ends September 15th. Certain conditions apply.
The Inspiring Business Hour delivers wisdom and valuable advice directly from Canadian business leaders. This week we premiere a new mini-series, Love and Money by Goldwater Dubé. Over the next few weekends, learn more about family law from some of Quebec's most experienced lawyers. First up, the delicate issue of Quebec's unmarried couples. Join me, Dan Delmar, and Goldwater Dubé's Anne France Goldwater for the mini-series Love and Money, tomorrow at noon on Montreal's leader CJAD 800 and then on iHeart or your favorite podcast platform.
Fight the Snack Attack. Subway's new snackwitches are here, and they're just $4.
$4? I might have $4 in my purse.
Great. And they come with 4-inch ciabatta buttons.
There's gotta be $4 in my kid's piggy bank.
You get a couple snackwitches, like the honey mustard ham.
Snack time!
Doing his best to get you there on time. This is In Transit on the Elias Macco Show. CJAD 800.
I cut off the guy, the voice of God, I cut him off. Apologies. It is the Friday edition of Grapes and Kudos on In Transit. We always do this on Friday. Our phone lines are open so we can get your takes on the hot things happening in and around our roads. So you can give me a call, 514-790-0800, 514-790-0800. If you have something you want to vent about when it comes to getting around town, whether it's on the roads, your bike, you're taking public transit, would love to hear from you. I would also, a special call out this morning for anyone who has gone to Royal Mount this week. It opened yesterday. Did you go to Royal Mount? How did you get there? Did you take the metro to the Passerelle from Dorset? Did you drive? Would love to hear your thoughts on that side of things. But we're going to begin this Friday edition of In Transit by talking a little bit more about the Photo Radar. The mayor of Montreal wants more Photo Radar.
Well, we have road safety issues in Montreal. We've seen it. There has been 2 collisions just yesterday involving children. So there's more cars, more collisions, more people injured. So we really have to find solutions. And you know, the streets, the city has been quickening the changing of the street configuration. So, for instance, we improved the sequence of lights with dedicated crossing times for pedestrians. We're adding speed bumps, curb extensions. We're changing the sense of the street. But we also need some more coercive measures because there's a lot of people ignoring the law, whether it's speed limits, whether it's stop signs. We're also seeing a lot of people even not respecting red crossing. So this is why we're asking the government to give us the possibility to add a photo radar.
So I just, I want to point out yesterday, and it's tragic when you hear a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old get hit by a car. Obviously, those children are okay.
Yeah, they are.
In those situations. One was hit by a school bus. I need to point out.
What?
Another by an SUV. Apparently it's a matter of a child just getting loose and jutting out into the middle of the road there. Obviously, people go slower. Would help in those situations. But I just want to know, because a lot of people would say, listen, we're already trying to go slow. We've already got the speed bumps. We've already narrowed our roads. The things that you outlined. This, putting cameras, is simply a cash grab. What do you say to that?
Well, I have to say it really is not, because as of now, it's the government of Quebec that gets the money from the photo radar. So we don't even get, we're sharing, and it's something that is putting that we're putting back into those measures. But it's really not a cash grab. Actually, for instance, like right now we have 8 photo radar in the city of Montreal, and for instance in Toronto they have 75. So we're really late in North America and North American cities when we compare ourselves. And we have studies that show that the speed reduces from 11 kilometers down when you put photo radar, and we're seeing a lot less delinquency. So it is really something that is proven effective. And I might add that in some areas of the neighborhoods of the city, unfortunately, we're not able to put, for instance, speed bumps or curb extension, whether they're arterial streets, bigger streets. So the photo radar is something that is complementary to other measures, and it's also something that is really useful in certain areas where it's harder to put in place some physical measures. So it's really something that is complementary, that is working, and it's something that is being deployed in other large cities on the territory.
And let me just ask you, the 300 that you want, is it all around schools? Just sensing from my listeners, if you were to focus on school zones, they would be on board. But if it was a sort of like, let's just blanket the city of Montreal with cameras anywhere, that's where I seem to get some pushback. What do you got on locations?
More than 500. Regarding this population, so whether it's IFPO or new CNSC, for instance, these are sectors that we also want to measure. And then, as I was saying, there are some more complicated intersections in Montreal that before we have to reconfigure them all. Photo radar would be really useful. So once we're taking the schools, once we're taking some other sectors where we know there are issues, it's adding up really fast. So it's really not a cash grab. We already did some studies to see where we would put them. And the issue right now is not only that there's not enough, but we're not allowed to put them ourselves. Just for the city of Montreal, we've identified at least 300 places. But right now, the government of Quebec says they would be buying 250 photo radar for the whole province.
That's
so of course, this is not enough.
Okay, listen, we have to leave it there. I want to thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk again real soon.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
That is Sophie Mazadol from the city of Montreal. She's a borough councillor in the Ville-Marie borough. Let me go to our phone lines here. If you have a response to what you just heard from Sophie Mazadol, if you want to comment on that, I will take those comments at 514-790-0800. But of course, on this Friday, I'll take your comments on all things trans-related. I've got Paul on the line. Paul, you want to
stuff that they're selling there, it's more like Time Out than your regular food court.
Yes.
Like everything's 18, 20. I don't know if I'd be going there very long. Big drums. And they were banging something dreadful. So when I went in first, I heard this awful thunderous noise, and I said to the people, what is that? And they said, oh, that's the drummers. I went there by the paddle line.
Yes.
There's an escalator up. There's no escalator down, but there is an elevator.
Okay.
I walked there from my house to take like half an hour each way because
Wow.
there's no way to transfer to Venice where I live.
Yeah.
It's very, I mean, it's lovely inside, very artistic, and somebody really thought about the beauty of this place.
Well, you know what, Paula, and I said this earlier in the week, I think we talked about it on Wednesday. We deserve nice things. We deserve beautiful shopping mall, even if it's a shopping mall or shopping experience, whatever you want to call it. In this city, we deserve beautiful things, right? So you walked. I find that amazing that you walked back and forth.
But I have walking home, and I really wanted to see it the first day. I went to see Rockland when it opened, and I had two kids in a pushchair.
Oh, yeah.
I was busy looking up New Rockland, and my son got out of the chair, walked out of the pushchair, walked away, and I didn't even notice.
Oh my goodness.
So many of my friends are really against this. I'm kind of embarrassed to be talking about it, but this is a gorgeous thing.
Paula, can I ask you, what's that beautiful accent you have? What is that?
Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland. I'm a speaker.
Well, it's lovely, Paula. It's just lovely.
Yes, thank you. I love your accent.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, Paula,
Yeah.
you know, just listen, I gotta run because I gotta get to traffic here.
Yeah. Nice to talk to you. It's a bit like Dubai, India. It's a bit like a lovely brand here, wonderful place. Although the aquarium looks small. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Paula, you too. Thank you so much. Listen, it looks a bit like Dubai. I've heard someone say it's like a mall in Las Vegas. If you went to Royal Mount, let me know. My lines are jammed on all types of subjects. We'll do that right after traffic. So hang tight. Whether you're Rosie or Fausto or Anna, everyone else, hang tight. We'll get to you on the flip side of traffic. Debbie Marcellos, take it away.
Well, we have the lane closure starting now on the Illitor Bridge toward Montreal. You just see one car getting through at a time. Don't see the zipper truck yet, but traffic is starting to slow in Vaudreuil now toward Montreal. On the westbound side, it's already down to one lane and will be for another half hour to an hour. And traffic backs up before Les Anciens Combattants. Eastbound Trans-Canada into Décarie is backing up from the Fort Côte-de-Liesse, and it's heavy through to Stinson, where there's a bump that forces you to slow down. Northbound it carries from Queen Mary on the Met westbound, some intermittent volume. It really just slows though from Wackety into Décarie. 13 northbound from the Trans-Canada. It is sluggish up to the Bisson Bridge into Laval. What sets the Mazda CX-50 apart from all the others? Discover its style, its performance, and enjoy a $1,000 Mazda bonus during the Mazda Find Out event. Let us know what you see on the roads. Call in your tips to Star 800. Your next report at 11.
Montreal's home for live sports and sports talk. TSN 690.
Inside to Sidney Ibrahim. What a goal! It's gone. Touchdown, Montreal.
When you need to know, when you need to get it off your chest. This is part of the long play, which I think it can be, which again makes the reward so worth whatever risk associated with this transaction. Montreal's Major League Sports Talk lives on TSN 690. Who doesn't love pizza, a cold beer, and something sweet for dessert? Unfortunately, your liver doesn't. Liver stress causes low energy, restless sleep, and an expanding waistline. Protect your liver and get a daily detox with Active Liver from New Nordic. Available in tablet or gummy, Active Liver's high-quality ingredients, like milk thistle and turmeric extracts, are proven to promote a healthy liver. Find Active Liver at Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, Loblaws, Jean Coutu, and London Drugs, or online at Amazon and newnordic.ca.
Hello, I'm Richard Points, TIBC Woodgundy. Clients come to us when they want lower risk investments. When safeguarding your family's future, you want to know the money you invest will always be there. My partners and I have developed an approach that can help you generate income on your stock portfolio.
It's called covered call rating. Hi, I
I'm Ian John. Covered call writing involves earning rent, so to speak, on your investment portfolio. I'm John Carlo Cataldo, and Ian is exactly right. It's a great strategy, especially during times of market volatility. And I'm Nicholas Constas. Little wins along the way ensure a positive long-term outcome. And as you like to say, you can't lose by winning. Covered call writing, a strategy we use to make sure your money.
Even though it says that, that's stupid.
And we can always be reached at 514-847-6324. That's 514-847-6324.
CIBC Wood Gundy is a division of CIBC World Markets. GCP Research is looking for women over the age of 18 who are experiencing moderate to severe hot flashes due to therapy for stage 0 to 3 H or plus breast cancer. Please call GCP Research at 514-800-2130 to see if this clinical study may be an option for you. Like most Quebecers, you probably have old electronics hanging around the house. But old electronics can still be useful. They're full of reusable materials that can be used to make all kinds of other products. That's why it's important to bring them to one of the authorized drop-off points that are part of the Quebec Electronics Recycling Program. From eco-centers and electronics retailers to other organizations within the network, recycling old electronics is not a waste of time. Visit recyclemyelectronics.ca. PMG Entertainment presents Comedian of the Year, Joe Avati, in Montreal for his brand new show, When I Was Your Age World Tour. Join the laughter from September 20th to 22nd at the Leonardo da Vinci Center. Due to popular demand, a fixed show has been happening, so get your tickets before they sell out. Bring your parents, your friends, or even your kids so that they know what you went through when I was your age. Tickets at joeavati.com to secure your seats for an unforgettable night. Back to school? Really? Really? As things settle back into a routine at your home, you may need extra space. The Podium Mini Entrepot is here to help with affordable and flexible storage solutions at a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Visit thepodium.com.
Crave is the home of groundbreaking HBO originals. Slowly set up plan is meant to succeed, including The Penguin, starring Academy Award nominee Colin Farrell. For the tear down empire from the inside out. Stream September 19th, only on Crave. Subscribe now at crave.ca. Great talk and good company every morning. Elias Macko.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Elias Macko Show, and we are continuing our In Transit segment and continuing with you on the phone lines. Let me go to Fausto right away because Fausto wants to keep going the thread on Royal Mount, and then don't worry, for all of you that want to opine on everything transit related, you'll be up next. Fausto, how you doing, my man?
Very good, thank you.
What are you went to Royal Mount?
Yeah, I went yesterday in the afternoon. I drove there because I was on west side, west of Montreal, and it's first class. What they did is first class. It reminds me of Europe, it reminds me of Vegas, and then there's expensive boutiques, but there's regular like Sport Experience and Starbucks and all that. They're all there. And but when I walked out around 4:30, I go, we're gonna make the traffic.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. There's no traffic because of the mall. Because they put some new roads going west and going east. And the Royal Mount, it doesn't have any traffic. It's a regular traffic during rush hour. The Met jammed all the time.
Yeah.
And the tourists are jammed all the time. And nothing to do with the mall. That's my opinion.
Well, Fausto, I think you're right, by the way. Just simply because it's simply still just the mall component. I think long term, if you add 5,000 or 6,000 housing units, that's where things may get tricky. But I would tend to agree with you. The mall's not going to be a default of traffic in a place that's already congested.
And also, I found out that they take 30% from the metro. I think 50% were coming from the metro. I looked at the overpass there. I go, my God, people are coming. Unbelievable. People are coming from the metro. So he's got it well done. And hopefully now they're open the Cavendish Mall when they open the apartments, all the condos and all that. But and also it's pretty much I go back anytime.
And how is I heard parking is expensive. That's one comment I've seen a couple left and right, and there's no parking downtown. That's right. So it is cheaper than street parking. Boston, thanks very much for the call. And what an advertisement it is for everyone driving on the DeCarry. If they see that passerelle packed with people, eventually they're going to say, what is all of this about? And they're going to want to go. Okay, let me go to Anna on the line. Hi, Anna.
Hi, good morning, Larry. How are you?
Good. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the transit situation that we have. And I have a few comments and a recommendation.
Go ahead.
First of all, what I experienced last week is that they do not select the streets properly to put these cars on and to where. For example, they selected from east to west, clock like the street, and then they grabbed that east to west clock. These streets going from east to west, and they do go street to west. And not be any purpose on the road. The situation is affecting businesses, population of cars, and climate change. The gas queue, it would take me 15 minutes where I was going for an appointment. It took me 15 minutes. And the gas going into the climate change community.
Anna, let me tell you something, and great call, by the way, very valid points. And we had Rick Lechner on yesterday because Rick Lechner was part of the big press conference that Ensemble Rail had. Yeah, and that's the thing. Rickstown is next week. Van Horn going to be closed for 4 days, a whole stretch of it, right? And just west of DeCarry. Anna, thanks very much for the call.
Hey, Elias, yes. I got the recommendation.
Okay, go ahead.
And I hope you can get the mayor to work on this. I was in Europe, in Berlin. You know what they do for work and that? They take one job, work 24 hours, rent the car, and then they can move to the other job.
This, Anna, I've been thinking about this for decades now. I don't understand why we do it the way we do, where we just have 20 sites open and nobody's working anywhere the whole time.
Well, as Europe, Berlin, I was there, I saw it, and I asked. They do one job and get it over with and not block everything and climate change and everything else.
Efficiency. Thanks, Anna, for the call. Let me go to Bobby in Ville Marie. Hi, Bobby. What do you say?
Yeah, good morning, man. I'm one of Montreal's junior mayors from the golden age of Montreal, way back in the 60s and 70s. I don't know if you remember the junior mayor program. Well, we had that. Anyway, listen, this is crazy ridiculous, but the most ridiculous administration we've had in Montreal ever. 300 lights? Look, I'm a senior now in Ville Marie. I get hit by cyclists 3 or 4 times a month.
What?
Rushing by, breaking, going through red light. The police have turned out to do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Let the police do their work. Stop everyone who's breaking the rules. And we need 300 cameras and moving brothers, fine, and everyone.
Bobby, Mr. Junior Mayor, I love it. Thanks you so much for calling. Let me go to Rosie on the line. Hi, Rosie.
Hi, Elias. Thank you for taking my call. Actually, your previous caller is exactly what I'm about to say. I get about, installing 300 cameras. However, what about cyclists? They're the ones that are zipping through the streets, passing the red light, going through school zones at a pretty, I say, I'm 5 feet too. Yeah. So standing at the stop sign, these will stop. So how about us? We're in the car. We're all trying to be careful, and we're saying, "Oh my God, see that? Just right through."
Yeah.
We all have to say, call a 1-800 number. Say, "Hey, I'm just letting you know that this particular hour, this cyclist needs to stop."
Well, Rosie, listen, here's the deal, right? And I already know, I can play out the interviews in my head, right? So, I'm pointing, have I been walking on the street? Now I'm particularly careful because I'm on a stroller a lot of times, right? And has there been a situation where cyclists are more focused on right? And you come to focus supposed to have 5 years in that, right? The cars are the things that the
Kenya Fagi of Vancouver is lobbying for her sports inclusion in the 2028 Paralympic Games to be held in Los Angeles. LA's organizing committee is saying it will not include parasurfing in its 2028 program, even though every world championship to date has been held in California. IE isn't giving up, though.
I would like to help my sport reach this global stage, and I would love to compete for Canada and win the gold for Canada.
The 10th World Parasurfing Championship.
condos, you don't own the land. You own the condo. You have to pay fees all the time, though. Here it's leasehold,
You
so you
don't
have to
own
be
it.
in Canada with leasehold. Most commonly, people will think of provincial parks where people have cottages, right? And it's leased land, so they don't own the land. They can build a cottage, but at the end of the day, they're never worth as much as if they actually own the property, right?
Yeah.
So again, it doesn't encourage you to invest in your home if it's a leasehold home the same way as it would be ownership. And so, to me, this is just they're trying to be different than what the concerns are saying, but at the end of the day, it doesn't give you what you want, which is like you said, owning that home.
So I just find it's like oftentimes they're trying to interject in something that the free market does a pretty good job at. And this is a government tax, and correct me if I'm wrong here. The Trudeau government has spent so much money throwing money at this problem for a while. Yet the compounding continues to rise.
Yeah, and it's supply and demand issue, and they want you to regulate the supply, but it's honestly impossible. The millions of homes that we have built are not going to be impossible to do in the time frame if you continue to have the demand. This is a big if. So the demand is coming from where? Demand is coming in part from newcomers that we let in this country, millions of them, that were, let in with the idea that there was a labor shortage being fill in opportunities for people to study, and we found out that in fact folks are coming here and they can't find a job, they can't find a job. Too many people for the available support socially, so housing, infrastructure, everything else. So that means the government is now saying, okay, we're going to scale the numbers back, but they're not scaling them back very quickly. They're really not, and in fact, the number of newcomers actually increased. There was supposed to be, I think, 300,000, and now it's actually 4 that have come in the last April. So, getting their hooks into policy, and that's very dangerous. So I'm really mad at the Liberals. I'm really mad that under their watch, they managed to mess this up.
And they managed to, because like maybe in the history of country that has been so welcoming to immigration, and actually changed the conversation on immigration. It's actually astounding.
Why unemployment is now 6.6%, right? Within August, and that was a slight increase in July of 6.4. The really disturbing numbers, though, are sectors like hospitality and construction and others depend on these workers we need to fill those gaps. Okay, what's really happening there? What are the issues?
What's yours, Debbie Marcellus?
Well, we have one lane in each direction at this moment at the Illitor Bridge. 2 lanes will be given to you toward Vaudreuil very shortly, but for the time being, it backs up from before the Pine Overpass all the way down to Pine Overpass. Slowing you down on the westbound side, it's heavy from Lackady into the Carry, backs up on Laurentian South from Côte-Vertu. Make an online appointment at your Chevrolet with GMC Cadillac Certified Service Experts before September 30th and get 3 months on OnStar Connected Vehicle Plan or Sirius XM at no charge. Let us know what you see on the road.
Right now to sign up, and I mean it about right now, because it all begins on Monday, starting September 9th. If Andrew Carter calls out your name weekdays after the 7 a.m. news, you've got 800 seconds to call in and claim your cash. If you don't call back, the money's going to go to someone else. So head on over to our website. How would you spend 250 smackers? Gas for your car? A fancy date? The options are endless.
Taking out should be simple. Is that you, kiddo?
Go back to sleep.
Nice try. Go back to your room. Saving up to $500 on car and home insurance is simple. Miller Direct Insurance. Today, our late Mary Flowers.
Early in the fall, I'd like to go camping with one of my
Got a lot to do this fall? Let our Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac Certified Service Experts install your winter tires. Book your appointment online before September 30th and get 3 months OnStar Connected Vehicle Plan or Sirius XM at no charge. Get in on the deal by making an online appointment at mycertifiedservice.ca. At 1-800-GOT-JUNK, we believe in repurposing the junk we make disappear.
We donate the donateables so that a new family can love them.
Items get a new life.
Problems with your crawl space. Problems with mold. Problems with your sump pump. Cracks in the bricks. Cracks in the walls. For all of these basement problems, contact Système Sous-Sol Québec at sous-sol.ca. Système Sous-Sol is the solution to all your basement problems, guaranteed for 25 years. Système Sous-Sol, your basement experts.
Feeling like you're running on empty? Hi, I'm Dr. Andrew Steinberg. It might be time to rev up your engine with testosterone replacement therapy and Steinberg Urology. TRT can help increase your energy, improve your mood, boost your libido or sex drive, and get you back in the driver's seat of your life. Don't let low testosterone slow you down. Find out if you are a candidate with a simple blood test and questionnaire. Visit SteinbergUrology.com today to speak to
What's
one
up?
of our men's health
Yes, sir.
specialists. That's SteinbergUrology.com.
Hi, this is Sabrina from Silver and Gold for Cash. If you have any broken or old jewelry that you want cash for, come and see us at Leonardo da Vinci Center, Tuesday to Saturday, 10 to 5. We will beat all written offers, so you know you're always getting the best rate, guaranteed. silverandgoldforcash.com.
Tomorrow.
He stopped drinking by exercising.
I didn't really know how to ask for help.
A former NHL player's goal to work out addiction.
Watch CTV News tomorrow at 6.
On a need-to-know basis, he's got you covered. Elias Mackos, CJAD 800.
As McGill University kicks off a new academic year, many worry about how life on campus will unfold following almost a year of pro-Palestinian demonstrations. During the summer, McGill's downtown campus played host to a pro-Palestinian encampment for months. Teachers and students are fearing for their safety after incidents grew more violent. With more on this, let's go to McGill University with one of our own here. Dr. Joe Schwartz, of course, host of the Dr. Joe Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on CJAD. He's also the director of the McGill Office for Science and Society. Dr. Joe, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Elias.
How has the return to campus been so far this semester?
Well, so far, for me, there has been nothing physical, that I've seen. But certainly there have been some disturbing events in terms of last Friday's pulling up of the turf and all kinds of graffiti on the gates and on the sidewalk in front of McGill. And, so I've actually gotten emails from colleagues from, across Canada and the U.S. asking, what is going on here at McGill and, how I'm doing. Well, personally, I haven't really said anything other than what I've seen, which everyone else has seen. But that business last Friday, that's not a peaceful protest. The tearing up the turf that was put down, which we had to put down because they destroyed the grass between campus. Tearing that up and throwing it around, that's not a peaceful protest. And I think the university is going to take a position that protests that are properly organized and are peaceful are going to be tolerated. But any kind of physical act trying to disrupt classes or repeating this last Friday episode, that's not going to be tolerated.
Now, go ahead, finish your thought.
Yeah, and I also, of course, I've gotten questions from Jewish students, and a lot of them are concerned because of the fear of potential harassment, and some of that has happened, but I don't think it's been physical; it's been verbal harassment, and not that that's acceptable. It isn't.
Well, that's the thing, and I also want to talk just about the atmosphere. Now, earlier this week, you sent me some photos about what greeted you when you walked onto McGill campus, and then I just think about, why don't you describe what you saw when you walked onto campus earlier this week?
Come inside, please.
I come in early. I get up at 7:15, 7:30, and so I walk by the Raleigh gate, and every morning there is some new graffiti there. Sometimes sort of artistic, but it's always with the vile.
Come inside.
Tango me. And worse things, that they say. And so the other day when I came, I was really struck because there was more than ever.
Inside.
And they get aroused by nobody to talk to the people, and they have a whole cleaning crew and they wash it off. But this is happening actually every night. And this is also destruction of property. It's vandalism. Now, this is beyond carrying around signs and flags, which is done peacefully, that's acceptable. But defacing property is not acceptable. That's vandalism.
Do you feel that the McGill administration has your back, has the back of other Jewish faculty, and has the back of Jewish students?
Yes, we actually had a meeting with the president, and were reassured. And I think that they're doing the right things, but not everything can be controlled. We do have some security guards on campus, but they weren't able to stop this event last Friday. I mean, they eventually called the police who ushered them out. But, the private security guards aren't really, equipped, or perhaps they're instructed not to confront in any way. But I don't think there's any physical danger to anyone. I think there's just, but there is an atmosphere where the Jewish students fear the verbal abuse and, shunning. And perhaps some profs in class make remarks that they shouldn't, of a political nature.
Yeah, and I would imagine, how would you feel if you caught, professional? And I wonder how you deal with that. Some of the rhetoric, some of the tone that we hear that could lead to a combustible atmosphere on campus comes from fellow faculty. How does that make you feel sometimes?
Luckily, I don't have to see them. I don't have to meet them. They're not in chemistry, I can assure you.
I got that.
So, yeah, but certainly there are. And look, on any kind of situation like this, which is a Horford situation, there are different views, and it's understandable that people form, their alliances. But what you do with that support, that's what is questionable. I mean, everything that has been done from the support of the Israeli side has been very elegantly done. There's no vile language, that is being dispensed. There's no yelling at the opposite demonstrators. It's just different when one is done, sort of properly, and the other isn't. It's not a good atmosphere, and it's very disturbing to most of us at McGill, because we are one of the world's top universities. We constantly get accolades about our academic pursuits, and we don't like to see the name of McGill, in the worldwide news in this context. So yeah, it is disturbing.
That voice you're hearing, of course, the one you know, is Dr. Joe. He is the director of the McGill Office for Science and Society. Dr. Joe, there's going to be a meeting. It's September 16th. The Higher Education Minister, Pascal Dety, has told all the universities in Quebec, hey, we have to meet, especially in light of the fact that October 7th is right around the corner, the 1-year anniversary of the massacre that happened in Israel. So just with that in mind, to wrap us up here, what about what you think we need to see above and beyond the university from political leaders about toning down the rhetoric and keeping the campuses safe and places where everyone can feel welcome?
I think they have to have stringent rules on what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, and that has to be made public. And if something is being done that is on the non-acceptable list, then they have to take action. I think this is what it has to be clearly defined, what is allowed and what is not allowed. And vile talk, inflammatory talk from either side is not acceptable. Quiet demonstrations, properly organized and not threatening, are acceptable. So the security people, police, have to be told exactly what, when they can intervene and when not, and that language can be vile, even without urging people to take physical action. So we need definitions of what is allowed and what is not.
Dr. Joe, I wish you a productive semester at McGill. Thanks so much.
Well, so far everything is good. Our students are great, and you have to remember that the ones who cause trouble are a very, very, very small number of the McGill student population.
Yeah, that is very true indeed. Dr. Joe, thanks so much. Be well.
Thanks, Elias.
Dr. Joe Schwartz is the director of the McGill Office for Science and Society. When we return, we will take you to Paris. There's a gigantic controversy in the city of Paris. It all has to do with the Eiffel Tower. Get you a bit of that story coming up next after the news.
This newscast brought to you by Renovco. Renovating? Go with the consumer's choice for all your renovation needs. Call Renovco 514-856-9993 or visit renovco.com.
Good morning, it's 11:31. I'm Jason Mayoff for the CTV News Update. Here's what's making news right now. Canada's unemployment rate rose last month, coming in at 6.6%. That compares with 6.4% in July. Quebec's rate was unchanged at 5.7%. Quebec Liberal leadership hopeful Denis Coderre says he did try to reach a payment deal with Revenue Quebec in recent months, but his offer was rejected. He owes nearly $140,000 in back taxes. Coderre admitted to Cube that he prioritized other expenses over paying his taxes. And the teen charged in a deadly school shooting in Georgia will stay behind bars without bail after making his first court appearance today. 14-year-old Colt Gray is accused of killing 4 people and injuring 9 others in the shooting that happened north of Atlanta earlier this week. For more news, including Montreal gas prices at their lowest point in 18 months, go to ctvnewsmontreal.ca. With the latest from the CJAD 800 Traffic Center, here's Debbie Marcelos.
Well, you now have 2 lanes available toward Vaudreuil at the Illitor Bridge, but traffic backs up before the Pine overpass, and so it's going to take a little while to clear out. Eastbound side backs almost to St. Charles Avenue as you merge into 1 lane on the Illitor toward Montreal. On the westbound Highway 20, we're seeing delays through Pincourt from Boulevard de Lille into Dorion. Northbound to Carrie, we have a lot of volume from Queen Mary up to Côte St. Catherine, and then Talon to board the Metropolitan. Eastbound Trans-Canada sluggish from Côte de Lille to Stinson, westbound side busy through Saint Michel, and then from the Laurentian Auto Route into the DeCarry Circle. 50 or over, ask your doctor, nurse, or pharmacist if vaccination for pneumococcal pneumonia with Prevnar 20 is right for you. Learn more at Prevnar20.ca. Traffic and transit every 15 minutes on CJAD 800. Your next report at 11:45.
Dormevu Weather Center forecast a mix of sun and clouds today, the high 26, partly cloudy tonight, the low 17, and increasing cloudiness tomorrow morning, showers starting around noon, the high 23. It's 22 downtown. Your next CTV News update is at noon.
Getting you the facts, asking the tough questions. The Elias Macko Show, CJAD 800.
What's our big debate of the week? Is it Royal Mount, beautiful or not? I guess maybe that's the Montreal debate of the week. Coming up next, though, I'm going to tell you a story out of Paris, France. They're having a big debate over the Eiffel Tower. I'll tell you what all the hullabaloo is about. Plus, we're going to take a look back at something that happened in the House of Commons a couple of years back involving Jagmeet Singh and how it relates to his decision to pull the plug from his agreement with the Liberals. That's all next.
Inflation.
Shrinkflation. It's all
aggravation.
until now.
CJAD 800's Winflation is here to help make ends meet with $250 in free money.
Go to CJAD800.com to sign up.
Then next week,
If Andrew Carter calls out your name weekdays after the 7 a.m. news, you've got 800 seconds to call in and claim your cash.
fill your tank, fill your fridge, or treat yourself.
CJAD800's Winflation.
From News Talk Radio, CJAD 800.
When renovating, you want peace of mind. Call Renovco, winner of Consumer's Choice Award and West Island Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Business category. Renovco.com, 514-856-9993. Mark Saltzman doesn't just celebrate technology, he demystifies it. For tech news you can use, interviews, reviews, and how-tos, tune in to Tech Talk, Saturday afternoons at 2 on CJAD 800, powered by the Epson Eco 10 Pro, Epson.ca. I'm Andres Pedrix with Royal LePage Elite. If you're thinking of selling your house or of upgrading, downsizing, or buying a new home, call me. Selling or buying, you can absolutely count on me to get it right. Please, jot down my number, 892-6547. And remember my name, Andres Pedrix, Royal LePage Elite, 892-6547.
For all your real estate needs, reach Andres, Nicholas, or Alexander, the Pedrix team at Pedrix, PEDRIKS.ca. Does your sweet tooth sometimes derail your otherwise healthy diet choices? Zucrin by New Nordic uses natural mulberry leaf extract to help support healthy blood sugar levels. Mulberry leaf has been used for centuries in Asia to help limit sugar intake. So if sugar cravings are impacting your weight management, then try Zucrin. Zucrin is a great complement to your healthy lifestyle and a secret weapon for keeping sugar under control. Zucrin is available at Shoppers Drug Mart, Loblaws, Jean Couture Superstore, or find it online at Amazon or newnordic.ca.
Okay.
Like most Quebecers, you probably have old electronics hanging around the house. But old electronics can still be useful. They're full of reusable materials that can be used to make all kinds of other products. That's why it's important to bring them to one of the authorized drop-off points that are part of the Quebec Electronics Recycling Program. From eco-centers and electronics retailers to other organizations within the network, recycling old electronics is not a waste of time. Visit recyclemyelectronics.ca.
It makes a difference when a business like Litracits Dispensing Opticians takes a personal interest in what they do and in their customers. That's what sets Litracits apart. They are, after all, a family serving families with the best in eye care, lenses, and a wide variety of frames from partners like Essilor, Maui Jim, Bevel, and more. Litracits Dispensing Opticians take care of your family's vision like their own. At Carrie and Isabella for over 50 years. At Litracits, you'll see.
The Air Canada Worldwide Seat Sale is in the air, so the sound of savings gets you to this sound. Because when you book one of over 180 destinations, you're in the savings seat. Hurry, the sale won't last long. Book at aircanada.com or contact your travel agent. Conditions apply.
When you have high stakes on the high seas, it's all hands on deck. From producer Ryan Murphy, starring Joshua Jackson and Don Johnson. Dr. Odyssey, new series, Thursday, September 26th on CTV.
This is the Elias Macco Show on CJAD 800.
Hi, welcome back to the Elias Macco Show. And we're just continuing things here as we wrap up this Friday edition of the program. A couple of things I want to get to. We're going to get to the controversy out of Paris, France in just a moment. But I also want to get to an audio clip that I saw online of Jagmeet Singh, leader of the NDP. And I wanted to play it for you because I think it's very telling. It really is about the whole debate we've had over the last couple of days with the NDP pulling their support for the Liberal government in that supply and confidence deal. So I'm going to take you back in time here for a second, okay? I'm taking you back in time to December 14th, 2022, okay? At the end of the parliamentary session for the year, right? December 14th, they're about to wrap it all up and go on Christmas break. And we're going to take you to question period, again, at the end of 2022. What you're about to hear is Jagmeet Singh responding to during question period, he asked a question of the Prime Minister. And then the Prime Minister answered the question. Then it goes back to Jagmeet Singh with his response. I want you to listen to what Jagmeet Singh says and the unprompted reaction from everyone in the House of Commons. You're going to hear a reaction from everyone seated in the House of Commons. It is both Conservatives and Liberals responding, again, unprompted at the same time. Again, I'm taking you back in time. This is December 14th, 2022. Have a listen.
Member for Berwick South.
When I'm Prime Minister, I will keep my promises.
So there you have it, right? So Jagmeet Singh says, when I'm Prime Minister, and the House of Commons erupts in laughter. And I saw that clip online yesterday, and I said it is so telling as Jagmeet Singh yesterday tries to make the case that he's the one that should be leading this country. I mean, this is what it comes down to. Getting rid of this deal with the Liberals, what he is trying to do is say, forget about the Liberals.